Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Big Game James, and alongside of me is the one, the only musicologist, A. Reed.
You
Reed, what's
already
happening,
know what
man?
was good, man. Was good, was good, was good. Good to
Man,
be here.
just,
Back
just
at it again. You
yes,
know,
sir. Happy
it's
to be
always
here,
good to be
man.
here.
You ready to chop it up? What's
Always,
going
man.
on in the sports world, and hit you with a little bit of one got to go and a would you rather at the end of this thing, man.
For sure, for sure.
Jay Stogs, our third member and partner in crime, will be joining us in just a little bit. He has some family matters to take care of, and trust me, we all understand how
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
goes,
yeah. We know
man.
how
And
that goes, man.
hey, but jumping into this thing, man, A. Reed,
Hmm.
the NBA Finals, man, and the Golden
Yes.
State Warriors are now up 3-2 on the Boston Celtics, man. What how are these NBA Finals moving you, man?
I gotta be honest. It's moving, it's moving me, and it's not moving me. Only because, man, I'm a Mavs fan. I want to
Gotcha,
see the Mavs
gotcha.
in it, most def. But I do understand Golden State is a team that does have history. Uh,
Right.
those guys haven't been there before, so they know what they're doing over there, and it's kind of cool to see. Even though I've never really liked Boston, as like a sports town, and y'all can get
Right,
mad at me
right.
if you want, but I just never
Beantown
really
people don't hold that against. Hey,
just
Reed, y'all know how you are.
you know. But I got respect for Beantown. You know what I'm saying?
Got
I
you,
don't have to
got
like
you.
the team, but I got respect for y'all most
There it
stuff.
is, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally
Because yeah, I mean,
understood.
classic championships, for baseball and hockey or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, the Celtics, man. Uh, and I love Larry Bird and them boys. Um, it's kind of cool to see this young blood of the Boston Celtics squad come up there and do their thing. I think it's wonderful, but I do believe that this series is probably about to be over. I'm a
Mm.
person that honestly believes when it goes 2-2 in a series, especially when it comes to NBA, game five is like the game changer.
So that's a decisive game for you.
That's usually the decisive game for me, game
Okay,
five. Um, but not saying that Boston can't pull out these next two because they are going back to Boston for game six.
got
You
it.
know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
the on the bad side is they went over there. They have to go back to Golden State. And Golden State is just not gonna lose on the game seven. They just not. It's not gonna happen. Like
I don't. Yeah,
you know,
I think I'm kind of right there with you.
situations like that, like the team just. It's almost like if you can go back to like when the Mavs had played Phoenix
Mm-hmm.
this past, you know what I'm saying, this past NBA in the playoffs. The series got 3-3. They went to the game seven, and Dallas went to Phoenix for the game seven. So a lot of Phoenix fans thought, hey, we had it in the book. Boston would have to be like Dallas did. I mean, on all accounts,
Mm-hmm.
just hitting every shot, making every play. Like you saw how the Mavericks just came out just like it wasn't like they couldn't miss a shot.
Yeah,
They couldn't miss a
it looked like
thing.
practice for them, dog.
Bro, it was a blowout by halftime. That's what I'm saying. They would have to literally do that. Beat them, beat them so bad that the refs couldn't even help Golden State, pretty much. So that's what I would think
Wow.
that Boston would have to do. Like seriously. Seriously. If that game was tight, if that game had gotten tight, Dallas wouldn't have been in the next round. I don't think they would have. I think Phoenix would try to punctuate it some way, somehow. I think
I
they
feel you on
honestly
that.
probably would.
Um,
No?
but everything that's going on, man, and the way when we look at it, do you think, and a lot of talk today and all the sports talk shows is that uh, Jason Tatum is getting tired in the fourth because he's working so hard to get less. He was on fire early and hit some great shots, but he's being defended well, right?
Mhm.
So is it with him having to have so many touches and the ball in his hand? Do you think that he's tired when it comes down it's time to make these big plays?
Probably so. I mean, this is his first finals. He's new. He's new to this stage. And then at the same time, he is like the focal point of the Boston Celtics. When you think of Boston, you think of Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Um, so he is like the main focal point guy. So of course he has to personally himself go out there and do everything that he possibly can to help his team win. If that's him shooting 30 shots, shooting 40 shots, if that's in him playing 30, 40 some minutes in the game, it is what it is because it's the finals. I've
Yeah,
seen a lot of people kind of getting on him because, these minimal tributes or whatever he's been doing to Kobe, you know, wearing the armband, the 24 armband. He had some pictures,
yeah,
kind of emulating Kobe and stuff like that.
right.
And I feel like you got to find your inspiration somewhere, and that's very understandable. At the same token, you gotta understand that at this stage, when it comes to the NBA Finals, all eyes are on you. It's you against that other team, and the best team is gonna win it at the
Hmm.
end of the day. And he has to show up, and he's got to play every single game to the best of his ability, no matter how tired he is. Like, unfortunately, that's just the way of it, man. That's just the way of it.
But Reed, man, I mean, I can sit up here and attest to the fatigue factor from a football standpoint. And even though these guys had 2 extra days of rest between travel, he didn't come out in the second half. I don't think hardly at all. At some point in time, his legs look dead. And I know it's easy to say he can't be no matter what time night he got to finish. But I'm just saying, are the Boston Celtics asking him to do too much in such a big moment right now?
Yeah, I mean but they're asking him to lead the squad, man.
Okay,
They
okay.
asking him that he's the lead guy. They are asking him to lead that squad because okay, can Jalen Brown do the same thing that Jason Tatum
Yeah, I don't. I want to say yes though.
does? Jalen's cool, but can he do the same thing that Jason Tatum does? Can Marcus Smart do the same thing?
Oh heck no,
Can Al Horford do the same thing?
no. And Horford ain't hit a shot since the first game until last night.
So I mean, you see what I'm saying? You can go
Yeah,
down that roster and see who can do the same thing that Jason can do. Nobody.
but they're gonna have to
Nobody
make
on the
some
team.
kind of changes, man. Some kind of adjustments because Steph Curry. If you would have told me that the Golden State Warriors were going to win Game 5 with as bad as Steph Curry shot the ball, I'm not gonna say he played bad. He just didn't shoot well. He still had some assists. He still played okay defense. He had other people involved. He hit some floaters. But if you would have told me that Golden State could win with Steph Curry going 0 for 9 from 3-point land, and I forget what it was from the field. I need to pull it up on this other screen. I would have told you Boston was going to steal a game in the Bay, and people stepped up and they made plays, man.
Yeah, yeah. But again, you got to look at how Golden State has been constructed. This shows you that this is like their fourth finals in like 8 years. These guys have been
Fifth,
like
fifth
fifth,
finals
something like
in
that.
eight
Yeah,
years. Yeah,
these guys have been constructed to play ball, man. Um, and every year they tend to add pieces that can kind of fill up the slack of what if Steph has a bad game, which is rare.
right,
They have guys that can actually step up and do what they need to do. You look at Clay Thompson. Clay be off and on, but Clay, you got to give him in there. You got Jordan Poole, you got Otto Porter, you got what's up, Wiggins having an awesome year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they know how to have guys that are in that system that can take up the slack and do what they need to do to provide. Aside from Steph, because we know Steph gonna get his regardless.
right.
Steph gonna get his regardless. You know what I'm saying? Even on a bad night, he's gonna have 20 some points on a bad game.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm. I ain't mad at you on that. I wanna. I'm about to pull something up, but while we're doing that, my screen is tripping. Hey, speaking of, you said a name that made me trigger something and kind of just wanted to talk about him for a little bit. Andrew Wiggins, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
Wiggins has been balling. And I will say this, Reed. I like to admit when I was and when I've dogged somebody before, and like I said, me being a former athlete, I try not to be too hard on I'm not gonna use that word hard. because athletes are used to people being hard on them. I try not to come off like and badmouth somebody. That's a better word. I'm not gonna say be hard because you can be hard on somebody without badmouthing them. Early in his career, I badmouthed Andrew Wiggins a couple of those years in Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
but the way he's playing now, my question to you is: do you think that Andrew Wiggins is redeeming himself, so to speak, with the Golden State Warriors, changing people's minds on how they judged him earlier on in his career?
Um, I mean, it's kind of like a yes and no thing for me. Um, because I think I was probably one of the people back in the day that probably said the same thing about Wiggins. I know it's probably a point in time where I probably called him a bust or something like that.
Okay, right, and I
You
know I
know,
did too. I know I did. I can't remember when I said it, but I know in my heart I've said it. I
I
was like,
probably
man,
yeah,
why they beat that
yeah,
boy out of Kansas? He ain't done nothing.
yeah. And you think about that, but then again, like you said, you can contest to it. As athletes, sometimes it's not necessarily your talent. It's probably just your situation that you're in. So you're in a situation where you can't prosper or you can't show the best of your abilities. It seems like you ain't got the talent to make it. You talking
Yeah.
about a guy that was drafted number one to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Went from Cleveland, went to Minnesota. You
Wait,
know,
no, he got drafted by Minnesota, didn't he?
no, he got drafted by Cleveland, man. First round pick in 2014.
First pick, number one overall.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. Even though I
Are
did
you
look it up, but I do
you
remember him
you
being a
you
first
sure
round pick.
you're confused with Anthony Edwards out of UNLV?
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
NBA draft. He came out of Kansas. He stayed
Yeah, I
one
know he
year
came
in
out of
Kansas.
Kansas. Okay.
Yeah. 2013, 2014 came out of Kansas. NBA draft in 2014. Round one, pick one, first overall, selected by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow. So Minnesota
Mhm.
was a second stop. Why am I tripping on it? How long did he play in Cleveland?
It's not saying. I probably had to do some more research, but it looks like that same year he ended up going to Minnesota. Uh,
So did they? No, I think they did that sign and trade shit on draft day.
oh, he got drafted, and then after a preseason trade, yeah, he got traded in the preseason in Minnesota. So he really played for Minnesota. He was
Right.
just drafted in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think I
I
was about
could
to
have
say
sworn I seen him play
I
a
never
game in
saw him.
Cleveland.
I never saw him in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform.
That's what I was thinking. I could have
I was like,
sworn,
what?
but
Because I know because the Cavs did draft somebody that's also from Canada, like Wiggins, and he came out of UNLV, and I don't even know if he played 5 years in the NBA, dog.
mm,
And I think it was Anthony Edwards was his name. I might be wrong, but like I said, he was a power forward out of UNLV. They
mm,
drafted him number one overall. He came in, hurt that first year, didn't play, and next thing you know, he was just gone. Like I never saw him in the NBA again.
that's man. Let me tell you. Look, while we even on that subject, that market, that Cleveland market, like
But do you blame Cleveland for that?
I mean, you gotta give them some blame. You gotta give it some blame. The
Okay.
organization and stuff, because you got to look at all the talent that is. I mean, they've had number one picks, they've had high picks, they've had guys that they could build teams around. They really could. I mean, their
Man.
last greatest person that they had, we all know, was LeBron.
Oh yeah. And then
And
Kyrie.
boom, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, LeBron came into the league playing in the Cleveland Cavaliers uniform. I paid attention to Cleveland because I wanted to see what the hype was with LeBron, and I thought
Everybody
he
who liked
lost.
the game had to pay attention to Cleveland back then. And either you were watching as a fan or you were watching to see if this kid at the time, I say kid because he was 18 at the time. No
Hmm.
disrespect. I know LeBron James is a grown ass man, y'all. I'm
Yeah,
just saying you look to see if he was gonna be the player they thought he was gonna be, or fan, or you watched to hate. And we got people that do that, dog. They watch the game just to try to put some hate out there. But everyone watched Cleveland is just my point. When that he came to the league, and not to turn too far left on that, because Gilbert and that whole organization, man, I'm like you. They just they put a bad taste in my mouth even thinking
It
about it.
does, man. It does.
But
You see why guys go there and then they get ready to they
oh
try to
yeah,
try to do,
for sure, for
And
sure.
and to be honest, I was one of them people. Like I wasn't mad at LeBron for wanting to leave. I wasn't mad. I figured the dude put in 8 years in that organization and told them to build around him. They didn't build enough around him. He brought in enough revenue to help that team, get their paper and stuff like that. But at some point in time, when you played about 8 years in the league, you know what you're doing. You know how you can ball with these guys. You can compete. You them at the top of your game, and they ain't helping you. I mean, shoot, to me, you've put in your loyalty contract. You did
Got
that.
it. I
You
feel
did
you,
your
coach.
loyalty contract. If I've spent 8 years at an organization, I done put all my blood, sweat, tears in that, and I know that God, dog, we not finna get over the hump. And maybe you gotta understand. Y'all as athletes, man, y'all only have a shelf life for however long, man.
Yeah, you're right. That
You
window,
know,
that window opportunity is not
that
very
window
big
is
at
right
all.
there. So at some point in time, you're gonna be like, can I go somewhere else where I can possibly get to the top pinnacle? Or do I just want to stay here and just be loyal? That's why I love Dame, but I think Dame needs to have been chunk dudes out of
Yeah, I
Portland.
don't. I know he's trying to be loyal, and I'm gonna get back to Dame here in a second because that's a good point you made. But to get back on Wiggins, not get too far off into this
Real
thing,
talk. Real
the
talk.
Golden State Warriors have to be beyond excited to know that they have somebody of his caliber now that can step in and fill those holes. Because think about it, a couple weeks ago, or about game two, everyone's like, "What's wrong with Clay? When is game six Clay going to come back?" And Clay start heating up games three, game four, shooting
Hmm.
the ball. But Wiggins has been that one consistent piece throughout this thing. Well, I say Steph's been consistent. He had one, like I said, one bad shooting night, still effective, but one person's not going to do it by themselves. And I think
Right.
that's why Tatum and the Celtics struggled the last two games because he had to do majority of the work. No one was really hitting shots until that third quarter last night, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, dude, what is going on? Wiggins is that piece. He came out of a situation that was bad. And that's why it made me rethink. I go, you know what? I'm not gonna sit up here and just smash and badmouth people anymore for doing horrible in a situation when I don't know what the situation they're really in. We don't know what it looks like behind closed doors.
Right.
We
Right.
don't know what it looks like when when we're not there. You know what I'm saying? What he learns, what he gets taught, what this coach is running, if he even knows what the hell he's doing with this kind of talent. Or, so many coaches get a kid and he's like automatically, well, he's got to fit my talent.
Yeah.
Why don't you make your system fit what that kid does to fit his talent? Not your scheme is what I meant to say, excuse me. So
And it's not that he don't have the talent. It's not that he don't have the talent. But shoot, we may like you were just saying behind closed doors. He may not have rocked with the coach.
yeah,
Coach might not have rocked with him. Their philosophies was different. He was being used in a way that wasn't to the best of his ability. So, it's a lot of factors that could have been a part of that. But he goes over there to Golden State, and they put him in that system, implement him in something, gives him a definite role of what he needs to do. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, and the boy is flourishing. He's flourishing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I mean, you talking about he was an all-star, man. He was an all-star, you know. So I mean, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Jay Stoggs hitting us up on the live chat while
Oh,
while we waiting on him.
I hear you, Stogs. I hear you. Cleveland never thought LeBron would leave. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I said Anthony Edwards, and forgive me, Anthony Edwards from the University of Georgia that plays with Timberwolves now. I was thinking about the kid's name that I was talking about out of UNLV was Anthony Bennett.
Oh, Bennett, Bennett, Bennett.
that never made it and was
And
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
hmm.
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember Bennett. I remember Bennett. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, he
I
was
hear
there.
you.
Well, he was their primetime one player Stogs. He was, and okay, he did say he was not a primetime number one player though. Why was he not a primetime number one player when he at Kansas was the man and was the best player in the country that year and led the nation in scoring at Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. So when Wiggins got picked, they thought he was going to come in and just be a savior, but yet he showed that he needs people around him. Yes, Jay Stocks,
Just like anybody
UNLV.
though.
Oh, exactly, exactly. He has to have someone around him, and they never really did that. But to show you how dumb the Timberwolves are, I watched something on NBA Network one day. Do you know the year they picked Ricky Rubio? They skipped Steph Curry in that draft, and they went
Wow,
and got Johnny Flynn out of Syracuse.
wow.
Flynn ended up hurting his hip his rookie year. Only played 4 years in the NBA, and they could
Wow.
have had Steph Curry, Ricky Rubio, and Kevin Love in Minnesota.
And look at them now.
Look at them. Although they got a good one in this rookie that they had this year, but I don't know. Can Cat get it done? That's on the. But anyway, man. All that being said, I am happy that Wiggins is balling and found his home because so many people, and I'm coming up with a little story tomorrow. I'm a little short I'm coming up with, but so many people were so pissed that he even made the All-Star team game and that he was a starter. But to me, it's all the questions are being answered right now in these playoffs.
Mm.
Yes, Sam Bowie
Yeah,
was picked before
they
Jordan.
was. They was.
Yeah,
And you see it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You see, Boston maybe should have kept Kobe
Oh,
when they had him.
it wasn't Boston. It was New Jersey. I mean, I thought it was
Oh,
Philly.
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. One of those teams.
It was one
One
of
of
those
those teams.
Eastern
I
Conference
know he
teams.
tried out for Boston. I know he was trying out for Boston over there.
Yeah, but
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 yeah,
yeah,
it
man.
was like Philly or somebody.
Andrew Wiggins
You're right.
is balling, and if the Warriors go on to win the finals, which you say you think they are, Reed, you said you think that decisive game already happened.
Yeah, I think
But to
it's
me,
done.
if the Warriors go on to win that series, I mean win that series, win the NBA finals, uh, Wiggins is the reason to me, just for being that difference maker and
Yeah,
plugging this game away.
yeah. But they'll give the MVP to Steph.
Well, you know he's never gotten an MVP.
They'll
Out of
give it to Steph.
if he gets this title, it's his fourth one, and it would be his first time getting MVP. So, and he's played well enough. Steph will get it this year, but I think Wiggins really needs to be considered
Wow. He didn't get the MVP.
ever.
Four.
Iguodala,
This
Iguodala got
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Iggy got it.
KD
And
got it.
KD got it like two
Yeah,
times, didn't
must have been. Yeah, because they got three. Steph has three titles.
he? Wow. Yeah, it'd be a slap. It'd be almost like a slap in his face if he don't get it. Even though he
Right.
got the rings, he need to get in. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So, all right, man, we're gonna keep this thing on moving. You
Hold on.
said
Is he a
that
top 10
you
player of all time? Who he saying? Steph?
Jay Styles. I think Jay Styles is still talking about Andrew Wiggins. Jay Styles, put in the chat and clarify who you
No,
talking about.
no, he can't be talking about because Wiggins is not the top 10 player of all time. No,
Now, if
sir.
you're gonna ask me if is Curry a top 10 player of all time, I'm gonna say
You
yes.
can make an argument with Curry. You can make an argument with
Curry, you
Curry.
can say that. Wiggins, I think you sleepy.
Okay,
Steph, okay,
Steph.
Steph.
Steph, yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Why isn't he a top 10 player of all time?
Who?
He's
Wig?
no Steph. I mean, the argument. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. Um, there's been so many people that come through the game with basketball. They just did a top 75 list. But even with that, we talked about guys on that 75 list that maybe shouldn't have got on until they got to the 100 list. You know, James Harden. I don't think he's ready to be on that list. He's not a
Yeah.
top 10. You know what I mean? But with that being said, Steph Curry, along with Klay Thompson, but really Steph, they have redefined the shooting aspect of the game. They've redefined how a lot of young kids play the game. I think Steph has an impact. And depending on who you ask, you're gonna get some people go like, "Nah, he ain't top 10. He couldn't have played back in the day. We would have hit him when he drove in the paint. He would have never made it."
That's not his game, driving
But
to the
that's
paint.
not what he does, and
Never
we
was his game.
we can't keep comparing everyone to that late '80s and '90s era of basketball.
No,
Although
we
I
can't.
loved it way more. I mean, I can't say I loved it more.
No,
I
I
love,
did
I
love it
love,
more.
I
I
love,
loved it more.
I love the,
I loved it more.
I
I'm
love the
not gonna
physical
lie.
basketball. I
I
love
loved it
seeing
more.
because, like, to me now, it's way too much acting and flailing and flopping and shit that goes on during the game that drives me crazy. I'm
It
like,
was real
dude,
bad. It was some basketball back in the day. I mean,
yeah,
goddamn, I felt like it was basketball that you would be playing at the gym, man, at the rec center. Man,
mm-hmm.
man, man, that's a baby foul, dog. You ain't worried about all that,
You
dog.
said
Come on,
that's a
we playing.
that's a baby
You know what I'm
foul.
saying? Yeah, ain't nobody calling that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That was that game that I grew up on.
yeah,
But Steph is definitely a top 10. And I say this: the guy broke the record of 3-pointers made, bro. Like you gotta understand, like every 3-pointer that Steph makes now is a record.
yeah. He's steadily changing history.
It's a record. And like you just said, he's he transitioned the game to what kids want to shoot from half court now. You can't, a lot of
Hell,
people ain't got
he
that.
got one of his own teammates trying to be like him. Jordan
You see what I'm
Poole
saying?
is trying to emulate Steph. And
You know.
the first shot he took last night, I thought I was gonna choke I wanted to choke the hell out of Jordan Poole for shooting that ball that hit nothing. It hit the side of the backboard. It wasn't even
Hmm.
close to going in. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
fool, you not
Yeah.
Steph. You can't just step in and do that.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
But
So, but
man, you said you had something to ask about Anthony Davis, man. What's on your mind with AD, dog?
apparently, man, there was a video that came out. And somebody was kind of like interviewing Anthony Davis or something like that. And
Uh-huh.
he said that he ain't picked up a ball in like 2 months. Like he ain't like the last time he shot a ball was like April 5th or something like that. Aside from his rehab, and there's been a lot of people going at him about that. Of course, the Stephen A's and all that other stuff, but a lot of
Right.
people are just like, bro, like, they getting on his case about it. Now, I mean, I understand if he's rehabbing, if he can't do it, if he's not able to do it, I understand. But in the video, he's up walking, he's moving around, you know. Um, but for a guy of that caliber, a
What
guy,
was it? Was it his growing?
I can't remember if it was the groin or the foot. I can't remember.
I think it was his foot. I think it was LeBron's growing I'm thinking about.
I can't necessarily
But
remember off top, but I don't know, man. I think you looking at a guy who has talent. When he's healthy, he can be a very dominant player. But he is like as frail. I mean, the boy can tear as easy as notebook paper.
oh, yeah, it was his foot. You were right, man.
I mean, the dude is frail. He's been a frail player for I don't know how long, man. You can't rely on him for a whole season. Um, I don't even I don't know what the Lakers are gonna plan on doing with the guy. You
Man,
know,
and if they don't done Westbrook, that they're not gonna be able to change the roster at all. So it's
I heard they
essentially
not. I heard they don't even want to dump Westbrook.
so now you're gonna have the same situation come back the next year. But going into Anthony Day, you know what? I don't want you to lie to me, but at the same time, sometimes saying less is saying more. I think Anthony Davis brought this on himself. Why do you even bring up into a conversation you haven't touched the basketball since April? And this is your livelihood. This is what you do. You want to be considered one of the greats, and you haven't finished the season in the last 3 years. You
Mhm.
haven't played a complete season, right? So here it is. When you haven't played and you haven't done great, and you're playing out there in that West Coast Showtime mystique, and people counting on you to bring all that nostalgia and everything back to Hollywood, and you don't play at all, and you telling people you ain't even really practice at all. Not that you about to play no time soon, but you know, Kobe never quit working on his craft ever.
Ever,
Basketball
ever,
was 365 for Kobe.
ever. Kobe broke his arm, broke his right arm, and was still in the gym
You know,
working on his left.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
But you can
Kobe
sit
never
up here and
stopped.
say, "Man, I ain't heard it, I ain't seen it, but I ain't touched basketball 2 months." And you know, do you really care?
I
Do you
mean,
really even care? You know, like,
are these
but
guys not mindful that like when you over here in these situations and guys have their phones out,
they don't
they're
stop.
literally sitting there recording you and they're
Right,
asking you questions.
right.
Like, kind of be mindful of what it's quite a possibility, probably 99% chance this is gonna get posted
Oh, you best
on the
believe
internet.
if I'm talking to anybody, if I got any hesitation, I'm got a little telling no phone. If not, it's fair game to be repeated later. But hey, man, somebody just popped in, and I know they have an opinion when it comes to the Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, we call him the buff nerd, Jay Stoggs.
What up, fellas?
What's up, boy?
What was that, man? Hey, let's go. Man, the fakers. I mean, the
Talk about it.
man, the fake show. Look, it's a show. I think that's where we have to begin.
This is not about the Lakers. This is about Anthony Davis. So why do you have to make it about the lake show? You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about the averages. I mean the Mavericks.
The
I know
averages?
you're not talking about
I,
the
I'm
averages, the
just making
The
shit up,
averages?
Reed. I know they're
Western
better than the
Conference
average, man. Don't.
final participants.
Now, James, I'm going. Come on, man.
That was just some hate coming out of my heart for Jay Stoggs, Jay
You
Reed. That's
know,
all
he
that
been
was.
on it since the UNLV cat
Because
that he
I can,
couldn't
you know,
remember all of a sudden. But it's all
No, we
good.
can't even discuss my team. My team is
we can
straight
call the
ass
Bucks
right
the
now.
What was
sucks.
your team? What was
Yeah,
your
but they
team?
don't.
What they do? What's your team?
The Hawks. We know the Hawks are bad, dog.
Oh, we do? Do we? Because last season somebody said that the Hawks won't even make that
I
they not
always
gonna
just
do
say,
nothing this year.
that's a good one.
And all of a sudden
Damn.
What's up, seeing that?
it was like, oh no, you hating on the
I
Hawks.
mean, go back to your Lakers comment. We're not even talking about that right now.
Look,
I'm
here's
sorry I interrupted so rudely.
thank you. You did, and it was rude. Here's the issue with Anthony Davis and the fake show is that it is a show. LeBron wants out. They're talking about keeping Russ. And so now you have Anthony Davis that can't stay on the court. He can't. He just can't. You know, he don't pick up the ball for 2 months, and it's actually been longer because you've been hurt for longer, right? 40 games he played this past season. 40. There's 82 games in the regular season.
And some of those were managed minutes too, so you didn't even get a full 40 games in.
It's that part for me. So at that point, look, you it is time. It is fire sale time. It is get what you can get. Start over. They're not even aging stars. They're aged stars. They're aged. There's nothing there to build a round. What is there to build a round?
Quick
LeBron.
question, Scott. Quick question.
LeBron, stop it.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Do you put an asterisk by that championship
No.
that they won?
It's a championship.
Okay.
Everybody had to deal with it. Everybody had to deal with it. And that's, you know, and when people do stuff like that, it actually kind of ticks me off because it's like, look, what you're saying is everybody else's accomplishment to that point meant nothing. It meant nothing. So, like Miami, they weren't really the Eastern Conference final, you know, Eastern Conference champions. Put an asterisk by that because they were in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? They tried a new format. It was different. they went. It was different, but everybody had to do it.
Yeah,
It'd be different if they were like, okay, I tell you what, only the Lakers have to play these games, and only these guys play these games. Okay, put an asterisk by it. Gotcha. Cool. Everybody had the same rules. Everybody had the same issues. That's right, Titan. See, Titan agrees.
God damn.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Don't put an asterisk by it. Don't be
Okay.
lame.
Still a championship. I
It's
get you.
a chip.
I get
It's a
you.
chip.
I get you. I get you.
Titan wanted to comment on the topic. He
See,
said
come on,
he
man.
said he said the hell with Anthony Davis. That's what he said.
Wait, Horton Tucker? Stop it. See, stop it.
Hey, Horton Tucker's not awful. You just don't know who he is.
Look, see that part? When you say stuff like that, when people, it's like when people say, you know what? I don't want to sound racist, but it's not that I'm against fat people.
That's what that sounded like?
It's not that I'm against fat people. It's not that I don't like tall people, but you setting it up. I'm not saying they're awful. Just say they're awful. Just say that you cannot build a team around Horton Tucker.
No, Horton Tucker's no one you're going to build a team around. I'm saying, honestly, the Lakers needed to be able to move two pieces, put someone that's capable of, two of the broke ones.
Which one's that?
One thing about it, I'm not trying to be funny, Jay, and don't take this the wrong way. Look at what Dallas did by bringing in a Dinwiddie and finally finding a Brunson to play with Luka. So I'm saying if you can get two pieces that can actually play and not kill games or leave the court, maybe LeBron has help for the Lakers to be relevant in playoffs. I'm not saying win and dominate, but it changes that dynamic a little bit.
Absolutely.
But you went and gave up the farm for Anthony Davis, and he can't play at all.
There's the problem.
And Russell
was problem.
Like just threw the ball and lost it everywhere. But I like what Darvin Ham said more than anything. He said we fix his offense. When he gonna play some defense? So the new coach is already trying to call people out for not even D'ing up. Now, is that just great for a press conference, or is it really going to work?
I mean, here's the thing when we talk about Dinwiddie, Brunson, and your favorite dude with the blah blah Bullock,
shitlocks.
Here's the thing: the number one piece that was changed that a lot of people, some people will talk about, some people won't, is Carlisle. Carlisle had to go.
Thank you.
A. Reed said that a million times. And
thank you.
And some facts.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody else said it.
Brunson has been there. He's been there.
Right.
Carlisle did not play him. Carlisle told KP, hey, you just go stand in the corner. Just stand there. Don't do nothing. Just stand
Mavericks have had pieces. Mavericks have had good pieces.
Had the pieces.
But they just couldn't get on the court because of Carlisle's system.
That point blank.
Now you look now. I mean, and I know we kind of just, but real quick, but look how the team responded better with J Kidd than what they did last year with Carlisle. Look at Carlisle's team in Indiana.
Yeah. Well, J Kidd has always been a good coach, minus the bump into me and spill soda on myself fiasco.
That's an awesome move. That's a coach move.
But other than that, man, he was getting ready to build something good in Milwaukee for a while and just kind of rubbed some feathers the wrong way. It's just, and I think it helped him to be an assistant on that Lakers staff for a while, just to kind of get his name, get some stuff, let his name get under the radar a little bit.
Remember, LeBron said he didn't want him to go.
Well,
LeBron wanted him.
We all know they hired the wrong person when they hired. Anyway, I thought J. Kidd should have had the Laker job, maybe. But hey,
so here's the point to that. KP had to leave. I was upset. I was like, but KP. But it was time to move on. It was time to move on. I'm gonna put what CNI put up, both of his quotes here, both of his chats, where he said, that was a joke. Lakers top level, Westbrook and Davis have to go. I agree.
Yeah,
they have to. They have to go.
If they're going to compete, they do.
They're not going.
Now,
Westbrook not
if
going.
Sheed is going to push AD, okay, cool. But here's the problem with this: AD has to show up to the field house, as we call it down here. He got to show up to the field house. He can't be in treatment.
He's got to have a She
can't push him in treatment. So again, I keep saying this: the best ability is availability. This dude ain't got that. That's not that dude. That's not what this dude is made of.
He got to get them legs stronger or something. I don't know. He's got to do something because
But the way this team is made right now is set up right now. They're not going to win at all. It will get worse.
no
next
time
year.
zone. No time zone.
Yeah, because realistically, you would need to find someone to come in and play the point. Russell would need to come off the bench. And I heard, what's the kid's name? Not Hard. I forget. He's young, but they're saying like he might not even take the option to stay in LA. He might leave.
Kuzma?
No, Kuzma's gone already.
Kuzma been gone.
Not
Kuzma.
The one that stayed, the one they kept. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I didn't even know there was a kid on the team. I thought it was all.
He was number one. Let me see.
It was all, they're all born in the 80s. So
no, this that's why I said kid. This is a young person that the Lakers could really benefit by keeping, but they don't think they're going to be able to.
He must be the 15th man on that bench.
No, he played.
Oh, he did?
But it's not like. Tell me how many Laker games you watched, Jay.
All the way through?
Or period.
I watched some, but not all the way through. It's hard. Listen, it's hard to watch bad basketball.
Tell me about it.
When it is touted to be the best basketball.
That's man. Somebody say preach on that one because you told the truth on that, bro.
When you tune in and you see the schedule and you see Lakers versus Clippers and you're like, the battle for LA. Hey, this should be good. Hey, guess who's not playing? Anthony Davis not playing. Guess who else ain't playing? Kawhi Leonard. Guess who else ain't playing? Probably,
Yeah, it was Malik Monk, Jay, is the player I was talking about.
Okay, that kid can play. Malik Monk can play. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but they might not even be able to keep him in house. So that's what
you can't build around him. He's not a kid you build around.
No, we're not even talking about building around anymore. We're just talking about when you said the Lakers are in trouble, I said yes because they can't even keep decent role players there.
Yeah. And
he's a role player. He's not one that's going to carry your squad anywhere.
Look, here's the thing about the NBA that we have to understand and realize is as much as we want it to be a team game, it is not that. It is a superstar-driven league.
Preach.
And if you don't have a superstar that's viable, a viable superstar that can handle 70 games, not even all 82, but at least 70 games, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing anything. In Dallas, we had that with Luka. The problem is that you get tired, right? And so Luka plays in the NBA, and then Luka plays in the Olympics, and then Luka will go and do whatever else he does, and he's tired, and he's out of shape, and he's fat. And so when that happens, and you get to playoffs, it's like, well, come on, Luka, damn. He's like, damn, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? LeBron had, and I keep saying this, I think it was, 30 games of at least 30 points? Who does that? And he's like 72 years old. So
I feel it. I agree with Stock. I agree with
I'm not mad at it.
At some point,
I agree
the
with
Lakers have to realize that, and people hate using this word, but it's not even a rebuilding time. It's a building time. It is time to just go ahead, start fresh, start new, go into the draft, see who's there, do what you need to do.
I don't even think they have draft picks, Jay.
You don't have no picks. You don't have no real capital. And all your stars are aged.
Yeah, and that's the problem because the Lakers don't want to do that.
They don't want to do it.
They're not a rebuilding. They don't like to rebuild. every year
city
to
doesn't.
win that.
Yeah, the
Every
city
year to
doesn't have
win
that
now.
mindset. Reed, like
It don't have
everyone
that
wants to
mindset.
win now. It's like it's
Yeah.
Hollywood. Everyone's here. We're
Every
coming out.
time.
COVID restrictions are gone. We got to be there. We got to give them a winning product.
Yeah.
And it's not there.
And I don't. And it's not that I blame them because that's the culture. Again, listen, I'm a Cowboys fan. That's the culture, and it's a curse because when you're down, you don't want you can't see it or you don't want to see it. But that's the reality of it. The Lakers are down. They're down. Okay, and so they've got to figure out. Number one, if Sheed and Ham are the guys that's going to help them push to get better, and Pelinka has to get his butt or his head out of his butt to figure out what to do with this situation.
But is he even really a real GM, man? I heard he got that job because he was Kobe's homeboy.
However he got it, that's the dude.
I mean, look how long he's been there though, and he been getting championships.
Nah,
I mean,
the championships came when Jerry West was a GM again. Pelinka got the bubble championship. That's it.
I'll say it like this. He
I
has
don't know.
enough juice. Well, he had enough juice to push Magic out.
Magic walked away.
Magic said.
Okay, Magic walked away from
Magic had that
Jenny
mean.
Buss and the
Not
Lakers.
me.
Think about that. Magic walked away from Jenny Buss and the Lakers. And Pelinka is still there. But you telling me that Pelinka ain't got the juice.
I just said I heard he got his job because of Kobe. Now, I ain't say he ain't had no magic. Him and Jenny might have a little something. Jeannie might have a little something on the side. I don't know.
Hey, whatever that juice is, whatever it's made of.
You got that juice now.
There, whatever's in the cup, they taking the sip. And they like the flavors. I'm just saying.
Said Brian can't push that train. Maybe so.
No. Bron is done.
Brian want to go to goddamn Golden State now.
Hey, you damn right she do. You damn right she do. But Magic is like, nah, I hold grudges. I hold grudges. You're damn right. Jenny does want him back. But Magic's like, yo, I'm a part of a $9.5 billion venture right now. I ain't got time for you.
I don't need all that.
I got the Dodgers I'm worried about. I ain't got time for you right now.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. The problem with this is that, again, when we talk about the Lakers and what it is and what they are no longer that storied team right now. Like no one's afraid of them. No, and here's the problem: no one's afraid of LeBron.
They ain't been afraid of him for years.
Well, I mean, now it's real though. Like, if you get out on Bron, he'll come and swipe it, hit it on the backboard, whatever. Because there's no one else.
Right.
And I remember you guys, and I saw, earlier in the show we talked about Cleveland, right, and LeBron, and he was a kid. Listen, LeBron was 18, 19 years old. That's a kid. I don't care who you are. That's a kid. That's a child, right, that put a whole city on his back.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, just think about that, right? Damn near 18, 19 seasons?
Something crazy.
So, yeah, Bron ain't pushing nobody. For what? He's trying to play with his son. I keep saying that. He's trying to play with his son. That's all he want to do.
Yeah, he better get over that shit. His son might not eat. Let me stop. See, because it ain't gonna sound right. But you worry if that's the only reason you really worried about stick. No. I said he might not. Now we know the influences that
his
be.
His son ain't gonna make the league.
He gonna make the league.
Jordan's son didn't make the league.
I know he didn't.
Well, okay then, and he's considered the greatest player of all time.
But Jordan's son didn't want it like Mike.
Oh, whatever. He played ball. He just wasn't good.
He played ball. He
Both
just
of his boys play ball, and
they just ain't want it like Mike.
LeBron is trying to make this happen. LeBron
Okay.
is verbal. Once you like earlier when I say, and sometimes you should not say. Sometimes silence is best. Some things are left best unsaid. You could want this up and down, left and right. You ain't got to tell that shit to nobody. Let your son come out and earn what he earned. If you end up on the same team, fuck it, good job.
When this is all said and done, will LeBron be known as a ring chaser?
Ooh, I think that's hard to put him as just a ring chaser. I mean, we know what he did, but to start it. But for the last 20 years, he's been great.
I can't fool with you, CNI. I can't fool with you, man.
I mean, who the hell is Hersey Miller?
That Master P song.
Yeah.
That's Romeo.
Oh, not Romeo. He got another song. He got another song that be hooping.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
What was the question again? You threw me off, man.
I said when it's said and done, will Bron be known as a ring chaser?
He probably will, but no more than KD. I think that's the era that they're in now.
Yeah, I just think that's these young folks, man.
I think that's just the era. Golden State is the last team. Golden State and Boston. So the two teams right now are probably the last ones that can say they have homegrown talent. That they stayed. That they were grown there. But some of the greatest players we consider out there, like Ray Allen. Ray Allen's a ring chaser. He's a ring chaser. Went to Miami, got a ring. Went to Boston, got a ring. Couldn't do it where he was. But when he left.
Hell no, you couldn't do it in Milwaukee, bro. Not back then.
Not then, I'm about to say. Not then.
Not back then.
But I mean, he had, Glenn Big Dog Robinson, right?
Yeah, I mean, he had some ballers. Michael Redd, he had some ballers out there.
But he couldn't win, so he went to go get a ring. He's a ring chaser. Charles Barkley. I love Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's a ring chaser.
KG.
KG's a ring chaser. Clyde Drexler is a ring chaser. He's a ring chaser.
Because he left Houston, Portland to go to Houston?
Yes. I love Clyde. Love you, Clyde.
Well, damn, man. You making it sound like everybody that leave a bad franchise, and when the franchise gets depleted, it goes to another one's a ring chaser.
But you got to look at the team that they go to.
You're right.
Carl left Utah to go play
with the Lakers.
LA.
We knew what that was.
Oh, yeah.
And when GP did the same thing. We knew what that was. We knew what that. Like, we automatically knew what that was.
Hey, y'all, but did y'all know that Gary Payton does have a championship ring?
Man, that's fake, bro. Don't do that.
He got one, though.
Okay.
With who?
Yeah, he got one.
He was on the bench with, I'm about to look it up, with the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah,
Gary Payton.
Yes. He
got one. He has one.
He
to his resume, like during the finals, they was doing the playoff thing. They showed him, and I was like, Gary Payton ain't got no ring, and I went and looked it up. And
that's that stuff. That's that stuff. When I was going back talking about the asterisk, man, because you got guys that literally didn't do a damn thing.
Backup punters.
Didn't do a damn thing.
Instead of backup punter.
But is he lying? Is he lying?
Hey, man.
Backup punter.
If I come to work and practice, if I come to practice,
Adam Morrison has rings
like everybody else, and I practice and I do my job during the week, and I may not do it during the game, motherfucker. I earn that ring. I don't give a shit what y'all
say. Luke Walton has rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the fact.
And he didn't earn them because he was on the team?
No.
That's why you smoking crack.
I'm not smoking.
More goes into
and I look like this.
That's very true. I've never seen a fat crackhead. You are correct.
That's bad crack.
But more goes into getting a ring than just the games. You prepare before the games take place.
You know
So,
what, man?
so you trying to tell me when the team wins the championship, only the starting five and the sixth man off the bench should get the ring?
Look. You should get a ring if you play 1 minute of any game at all. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, so you saying
the
the people who never touch the court at all?
See, I wish I had AI queued up right now. We talking about practice. Practice. We talking about practice. You practice hard.
Well, get your machine worked up then. Get your machine queued up, player.
1 minute of a game. 1 minute of a game. And you get in the ring. 1 minute. Not one. Like the only sweat you did was in warm-ups. Like, here's the thing. Like, they don't even have to wash your uniform. That's how little you played. They just like, here you go. We didn't wash it. Here you go.
You suited up just to suit up. You suited up to be one of the people on the bench. But it's the same thing for NFL. Well, you got third string guys that just sit on the bench that rarely get on the field.
Backup punter.
There's no backup punter. Your place kicker is your backup punter if he get hurt.
Sure. Okay.
You don't have the spots in the NFL to just have. You don't have 3 deep in the NFL because you only got a 53-man roster and only 47 dress.
Backup punter.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Backup long snapper.
I'm not gonna let y'all piss me off and get mad.
I mean, you at least got a third string like QB, maybe running back.
That's like the only position. I mean, some positions
maybe wide receiver.
That's like on the D line. We carried 9 D linemen, only 7 dressed.
Which makes sense because you rotate them out. So more than likely you're gonna play. My point is this: I'm talking about that 57, that 53rd man, or even a 47th, 48th man. They don't do nothing except drink Gatorade. That's their whole job.
Hey, but I've been that 48th man before. That's why I'm getting pissed off you saying this bullshit. Because it wasn't up to me not to fucking play. And then you get to a situation where it's like, hey man, you got on film. We didn't want you to get too much film because then you know, teams would put in to try to get you. So they try to hire niggas motherfuckers sometimes.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So shit. You know, it's some bull, dog. Yeah, in my bad. Hey, y'all got me, dog. Y'all got me. Go ahead.
You the one over there drinking that Gatorade and you sweating and you ain't did nothing. That's mad at you. What you drinking that Gatorade for?
Wait,
that is hot.
Look. First of all, big game. I watched the tape. You are the man. This is a fact. Yes. You are the man. So it is no shame.
I know what y'all talking about, man. I know. But it's just the fact that
it's dudes. This is their whole move on game day.
Sunflower seeds.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a good play. That's a good play right there.
Hit you on the pad when you come through. What's up, boy?
I see you 4'8". I see you 4'8". I see you 4'8".
I ain't gonna lie.
No,
my rookie year when I didn't dress a lot at first, I was like, man, I'm about to sneak home. Like, I don't want to sit here and watch this shit from here. Like, this ain't cool. Like, for real? Chill your teammates on. No goddamn chili. I'm a grown man.
But I mean, look, I do get your point though. You know, everybody in I believe it was Coach Don Staley who talked about her South Carolina team.
Mm-hmm.
The lower third, she called it or something, right?
Yeah, was it South Carolina, Mississippi State? It was. I think it was South
Carolina.
South Carolina.
She said South Carolina. Don Staley.
And she talked about them and said if it wasn't for their hard work and practice, and yes, we talking about practice, AI. If it wasn't for that, that team would not be prepared.
She said that.
So I definitely give much respect to that because everybody is not a starter.
And it's a little different, I think, at a collegiate level, too, because, you know, you're going to keep some of them academics around, the walk-ons. Yeah. That's going to help your overall team GPA, too.
True.
It's a little different sometimes.
But, I mean, I still think, though, even in the pro ranks, especially in the pro ranks, there are players that you can say, okay, we know we play this team a lot or we'll see them in the playoffs. You play like Steph. So we're going to keep you around because you play like Steph, and we can kind of scrimmage against you. You have something that's kind of like how they do. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's a superstar-driven league. LA doesn't have a superstar anymore. Not a legit superstar that you can build around, because that's what the conversation is about, right? LA and what's going on with the fake show. No one's scared of them. They don't have a superstar, and they don't have any assets that they can trade with.
Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So
I completely agree.
They're in big trouble, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't hear about the Lakers legitimately in playoffs or playoff contention for several years.
So I wouldn't be mad about it.
Man.
And LeBron does get traded. If they're smart, they'll trade him. I told you that. If they're smart, they'll trade him.
They're not going to trade LeBron.
Got to.
They can't go totally. People, believe it or not, will still come to see LeBron play, even though he's not the same LeBron that he has been, right? So the Lakers cannot give that up too, and have Anthony Davis, always disabled, AD, and Russell Westbrook, the jet plane that looked like one engine came off and he just flying around in a circle.
We thought they wouldn't get rid of Rondo.
Who's we?
A lot of people thought that.
Rondo wasn't indisposable.
He was better than Westbrook.
That's not the point. They got rid of him before Westbrook was even in the picture to come in LA.
But it was just a simple fact. No, it was. I think it was still there, but it was a simple fact that.
Now, Rondo ended back up in Atlanta and somewhere else too. That's how I know that.
Well, there's that part. But he was
anyway,
the best player they had, besides Carmelo coming off the bench.
Hey man, they in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
So I know Deshaun Watson talked to the media today. He proclaimed his innocence. Do you guys believe that these 66 charges are all trumped up? Y'all think Deshaun Watson has something to do with these happy endings?
Yes.
Well, it's 24 charges and just 66 booked appointments.
Listen. Tiger, Bill. Who's another one? Oh shoot, Kraft, but he got off. You just don't have a few. Like it's like 2, 3 that conspired. 19, 24, 66 in 18 months? Bro, you got a problem. How many massages you need in 18 months?
Your body get kinged up a whole lot when you play.
Stop it.
So you gotta get that. You gotta get the kinks out your back.
You have people at the facility for that. Do you not?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. All right. So go to the facility.
I was talking to my homeboys, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of made up a comment. I said, man, he may just have a condition like R. Kelly, man.
He might have a little sick fetish. I kind of agree with you.
Sexual fiend, dog. Yeah, he might just be a fiend, dog. And you got to work with it some way, somehow. But I don't know, man. I mean, ain't like look. I ain't finna, because he over here he got happy endings and refused to pay. I mean, dog.
You gotta pay to play, baby. You gotta pay to play. Hey, look, you got to pay. They did their service. They did their job. You must pay. That's how it works. Ain't like you ain't got the money. Look.
It's a big question mark, man. It's a big question mark on this situation. Because you just really don't know, man. You really don't know. And I think what the problem is that a lot of people don't want to necessarily believe that Deshaun would do some stuff like that.
See, and I feel you, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
a lot of folks don't want to believe it, but I mean, dude may really have
and he
an
might.
issue, man.
And you know what? I'm not even upset, or I have nothing against the issue. If you got an issue, you got an issue. There's all kinds of addictions out there, and they don't have to be, what we know, drugs or alcohol. Or
Right.
whatever.
Kirk
There's food
Franklin explained that a long time ago, and it caught me off guard when he talked about that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of addictions out there. But here's the issue.
My brother say,
You
my
know,
sister say.
man, you gotta have a safe word. Like, look, if it gets too weird, bananas,
Cucumber.
cucumber, pineapple custard.
Those are not two good examples.
Bananas.
Pineapples. Cucumbers and bananas.
Well, that's
Mm.
I
Oh,
want it to be everyday verbiage and language. Pineapple custard. Not to say that's mine, but if I yell it out, you know what the deal is.
I pray that I'm never around when you yell out pineapples.
No,
bananas.
Pineapple custard. I will yell out pineapples. Pineapple custard. That's the phrase.
Okay.
Write that down.
No. Listen, nah.
Just saying.
I got you.
But he's got a problem. The issue now for Cleveland is they don't have a quarterback. And you can talk about Brissett, whatever. They ain't got no quarterback.
He's not gonna be gone a whole year. It'll be 6 games.
No, sir. This is too embarrassing for the league. And you know how the Shield is.
But Jay Stocks, let's think about this. This is the league's fault, in a sense. Not for what he did, but here it is. You knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
You let free agency time come.
Mm-hmm.
You let him go sign this $230 million guaranteed contract with the Cleveland Browns that now they cannot really void at all.
They can't void it.
They're not going to hurt. They hurt the Browns in the long run. The Shield protects the Shield and its image, but it also wants to protect the other people under it.
Because at the same time, I think that the organization would like he'll get some kind of suspension, but I think the organization would. They're gonna fight. Like the Browns, like behind the scenes, are going to fight because look at all the money that they just gave them. Like they got to recoup that some way somehow.
So, it's not going to be. I don't think it'll be an entire season. The more I think about it,
it'll be an entire season. The Browns are trying to void the contract. The only way they can do that, and again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if the league says, if they, suspend him because of conduct unbecoming a professional, blah blah blah,
detrimental to the team,
they can void that contract.
With everything going on, his representation had to have some verbiage written in there to help protect him with his money.
And if they did, hey, kudos to them, because from what I have seen and have read and heard about other players, and why we don't have a DN now that's in Colorado, there you go. But
your DN in Colorado was just addicted to weed. He wasn't addicted to touching his eggplant in front of people.
Well, no, it was verbiage, because they're like, look, if something happened to you, we gonna void this contract. Like,
Dallas wanted to write it in there, which they needed to protect themselves after all the times he's been suspended.
I have no issues with that.
They needed that.
But with Cleveland, the issue with Cleveland is you go out, you get Deshaun Watson, you give him a guaranteed contract while you still have a QB under contract. You don't tell him. You're like, look, man.
They messed that up way completely.
Yeah. So now you want him to report, and he's like, you got your quarterback.
Yeah, I wouldn't report neither. I wouldn't report neither.
Good luck to you.
Supposedly, late rumor today was they started conversations with the Carolina Panthers on trying to figure out a trade. They came in late this afternoon.
Which is where I said he should have been anyway. Let him go.
If they wanted Deshaun, they probably could have just did it.
Man, let him go.
Go to Houston or something.
Get Darnold. Bring him to Cleveland. Baker can go to Carolina. Him and Matt Rule can mess it up down there in the South. Tampa Bay would love it, right? Because, we didn't think y'all was anything anyway, but we now know we ain't got – that's 2 wins. That's automatic, too, right there. So, moving on. And then Matt Rule will be out of a job. But as far as Cleveland, it's a bad situation all the way around. 66, 60s, and now you have a lawsuit against Houston, the organization? Bruh.
Yeah, man. Them 2 bad franchises, boy. I'd be mad as hell if I'm part of this. I ain't lying. They draft me.
$18 million. Yeah, $18 million. That's what I'm saying. Bro, that's nothing, man. Send him to Carolina, whatever they need to do. But Baker's not coming back.
No.
Oh no, he done in the sun.
Yeah, he done in Carolina. He's done in Cleveland.
Yeah, he'll go to XFL or.
Now, some team gonna pick him.
He'll be in the NFL. They just don't want him for $18 million. It's not because he can't play. He's not Johnny Manziel. He'll hold the clipboard or he'll get another chance to play somewhere. Baker wasn't that bad. He's good enough to play in the league.
It's not about Baker's performance. It's about Cleveland being jerks. And Cleveland will say, well, we have his rights, and we're not trading him unless we get what we want or we get something good for him.
Yeah.
Because we've seen this before in the league where they've done something like that. So, that's why Barry, he retired as a Lion. He wanted out. Detroit's like, nah, we going to get as much as we can for you. He's like, you know what? I'll just retire.
True that.
So, there's that part.
It's funny. Tampa's trying to get in on them sweepstakes.
Which ones?
To get Bear Sanders.
Yeah. Oh, I think everybody.
Everybody named Mama wanted it.
Everybody that had any kind of need
had a running back.
Spot. And even if they didn't.
But we had a defense that a lot of people wanted to play with. Not trying to be funny.
Oh, dude, y'all had what? I mean, besides Sapp, Hardy Nickerson was there, right?
Yeah, but he was going after my first year. But Sapp, Brooks, Lynch.
Come on, man.
Barber.
Yeah, Rondé Barber.
Bro.
Donnie Abraham was a staple cornerback.
Y'all had a hell.
Long time.
Y'all was hell. Y'all was hell, man.
Simeon Rice.
My homie used to play with them Bucks, man, and Madden, and I couldn't stop that defense.
I hated your offense, but your defense.
That defense was treacherous.
I was a defensive dude anyway, so I was like,
no lies.
Brad Johnson can at least, don't fumble, don't throw an interception. We can do something.
But y'all didn't have Mike Allstott coming from the backfield.
And work done before he went to Atlanta.
Work done.
Yeah.
That's when y'all had Brad Johnson?
Yeah, well, Brad came my last year in Tampa. Because before that, I had Trent Dilfer, then I had Sean King, and then I had Brad
Sean King, that brother.
That's a name right there.
Sean King, bigger than me and Jay Stogs put together right now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Life ain't been no crystal stair. Look, man, I hurt for the brother because like I said, I'm come full circle. I hurt for the brother because I think there are issues that were never resolved for him early on in life for him. And now that he is where he is, those things are coming back. Those chickens are coming to roost. No one is really protecting him because he's kind of out there.
Yeah.
And so I don't think 6 games is enough. If it was 23 and that's it, we're done, it's over. Okay, maybe 6, maybe even 8, but probably at least 6.
But we don't even know if these damn charges have merit or not. Now, some of them, I believe he did something. But more and more just keep coming out the woodwork. I still believe some of the charges are trumped up. It is what it is, though, dog.
Look, okay, let's just say half of them are right. Half of them are true. That's still 12. of those that have been brought, not of the 66. Because if we said it was half of the 66, that's 33.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's still a lot.
That's
a whole lot. Yeah.
Even if
Still
you
a
said it's
lot.
a third of them, that's 22. That's still a
It's
lot.
22 too many, Jay. I feel you.
It's 22.
All right, man. Anyway, the point was Deshaun Watson had his press conference. He proclaimed his innocence. It looked well rehearsed. Because it's the first time he spoke since being signed by the Cleveland Browns. He hadn't said anything.
Of course, they're gonna proclaim his innocence.
You
Of
know?
course,
So, hey man, I just looked at it like,
I'm innocent.
you
It's
know,
just
you look
fell
at
in my
you
lap.
look at brother sometimes like, oh, that brother in trouble. Like the hammer coming down.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't
coming
know
down.
how bad a hammer's gonna be. Is it gonna be Judge Wapner gavel, or is it gonna be Thor's hammer? We shall
Nah,
see.
just know there's some truth in there somewhere. There's some
Oh,
truth
yeah.
in there.
Judge Judy.
It's three sides to the story.
Man.
His, hers, and the truth.
Judge Joe Brown.
That
Are
brother
you
was
an
funny.
idiot? Are you a complete moron?
All right, man. Before we get to our one gotta go chop shop edition, Jay Stogs, I had to do this just for you.
Great. Looking forward.
Charlotte Hornets center Montrez Harrell was arrested on Monday morning and now may face felony drug possession charges. He got caught with 3 pounds of weed in shrink bags and a backpack in the backseat of his car. And when the state trooper pulled him over for speeding, he smelled marijuana. Montrez said, "Yeah, I got marijuana on me." And then he searched his backpack, and he had more. He faces anywhere from 1 to 5 years in jail if convicted.
Yeah, his career's done.
What the hell going on, y'all?
He's done.
You know.
What you mean what's going on? He was smoking weed.
But how
You
stupid
got
can you
that
be,
much?
Reed, to be driving and traveling with 3 pounds of weed in the back seat of your car and a shrink wrap bags? Just
Oh, that was transporting, nigga.
Yeah.
it's another guy. Yeah, they might try to get it for drug trafficking, not just
That's
possession.
transport. You got 3 pounds with you in the back seat of weed.
Yeah.
You transporting, dog.
How
You transport.
how high was they gonna get?
Oh no. How paid was you trying to get? That's what that is.
But then you got to think like how much more paid you need to be. Like, why you even need to do that if you playing in the league? Because I know they paying you something, probably more than what you would have got out of that. But it probably was
Montrez
something like
Harrell
you
can't
did
be hurting.
for a homeboy or something like
Yeah.
that. With his
And
partner.
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Probably
It's
that was
gotta
what he
be
was doing.
Yeah. Hey man, they'll never stop you. Hey, you got money for gas. I know you can transport this.
Man,
I ain't got no money for
dog,
gas.
you famous, man. They gonna let you pass, dog. You know.
And that's
So
the thing.
he made $7 million last year. It says
3 pounds.
No. He
Facts.
signed a 2-year.
Facts.
I read that on the internet.
What's that? You read what now? I missed it.
$7 million.
7 million.
3 pounds are not gonna get you 7 million.
It won't. Kids, it will not. Tell you that now, okay? Won't do it. Hey, but here's a soapbox. Right. First of all, my opinion. This is my opinion. There are so many other social ills that we need to cure and go after than this. That's
Right.
That's my thing.
Like how the 18-year-old who shot up Robb Elementary School in Uvalde got his gun at 18. But y'all worrying about some fools that's just going to get high and laugh and eat.
That's my thing there. Now, I know there's some people that, they're advocates and there's some people that are anti. I get it both ways. I do. But I will say this, in the fact that unfortunately some people do not know how to get out of that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And they surround themselves with those people. Like I look at you, Big Game, and say, we've kind of talked a little bit about upbringing and your upbringing and what that was like. And there's some people that are still back there doing their thing, and how you're like, look, things got to change for me. Like I can't go back to that life,
Right.
And so for me, that's really more of and I agree with you. I think this is more a homeboy type of deal. When you see something like this, what does that say to you as a pro athlete when you see a story like this?
You still keeping the wrong people around you.
You can take the play out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the play.
Hey man, and it hurt to say this, and it'll hurt you at first sometimes, but sometimes you got to change friends and change people that you surround yourself with. And people will be like, "You think you better than me?" No, I don't think I'm better than you, but I got a whole lot more lose than you do. And if you really my friend, you wouldn't ask me to carry no shit in my car for you.
Facts. All facts.
And the fact that if somebody did put him in that situation, they messed up for asking him, but he even more messed up for saying okay to it. Man, I ain't gonna talk to you no more if you don't carry this. All right. I got 7 million reasons why I can't talk to you no more.
Well,
but is there
you better gonna use that to get out of jail or something. I don't know. Bail money.
Is there some anxiety when it comes to that? Whereas I may lose my real friends, my down guys, my down boys.
Some people are afraid of losing that clique. They think, and depending on what your life was like, if that's all you know, and the only people you know, the only ones that ever had your back, you're afraid of losing and walk away from it. But at the same time, you got enough people and friends you done made in the league that could be that new backbone and that rock for you. You ain't got to fall back on that old stuff no more, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, and it's dude, trust me. I've seen some brothers struggle with some stuff like gang related life stuff. I'm like, dog, you in the league making millions of dollars, making all this money, and you worrying about what some of your gang friends worried about right now, what's going on in the hood. Like, dog, don't pick that phone up during the season. Because it's affecting your source of income. And if you lose that, what you gonna do? Just go back and sit in the hood with them?
And I think that's the real message right there is what is it that you want for your life and not for someone else's? Because to me, you said it right. And seeing how I said, hey, facts. It's a selfish play on their part. It's a selfish play.
Very much.
Here's a dude that, again, you grew up with, you knew, they trying to make it. They made it, but you want to bring them back to where you are because of whatever the situation was.
People don't like to see you come up.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't make it. You weren't there. Whatever it was. It's a selfish play.
Right.
And so I hate to see it form, but I think there is some anxiety for players that they don't want to be looked at as soft or they don't, represent for the hood or like you said, oh, you think you better than us because now you got a little cash. And that's how that said, oh, you got a little money now. You better than us.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that if anybody's going to try to guilt your hard work and your success, try to guilt you for getting that and achieving that. Some people work their whole life to get to that. And it's short lived. The average career in the league, in the NBA, in the NFL is 3.5 years, man.
Yep.
It's crazy. So you got to get what you get while you
take advantage of that,
make your life better.
Yep. That's a fact, man.
Yeah, that's all fact.
And now, I've told Jay Stogs this story before, coming across different people, different areas, and different parts of my life. Hey, man, don't you get your ass in no trouble. Get out of here. Go handle your business. Straight talk. Like you bigger than this. And if you do something to mess this up, we're going to have problems. That and the fact that I had a whole house full of people that would have choked the mess out of me too. I mean, my mom was a single mom most of my little childhood growing up till she got with my stepdad. But, a lot of people saw stuff in me I couldn't even see in myself early on. I thank God for that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, even people that was doing wrong saw enough in me to be like, dog, this ain't the life you want. You can't live this life. I'm glad.
Yeah. So you see how it happened? Influence, man. Influence.
That's it.
Wow, Montrez Harrell, you got us talking deep. And you
Boy.
was really almost going to be my old hell nah for the week. Because there's a lot of things you can do. Just right now in this day, now I'm trying to be funny. There's been several for like Hurd used to play for the Cowboys and went to Chicago Bears, turned into like a drug kingpin. You still was making money in the NFL, but that you saw become one of the biggest drug traffickers in the Midwest. Gone in Feb time. Used to be a D tackle for the Cowboys. He got cut in the but he just got a good payday. But he started selling, got caught trafficking cocaine. And I'm not talking about Nate Newton. I'm talking about somebody younger than that after him. It's like, I mean, at what point in time we seen the same story years ago in different sports, but yet different things still come up. He's like, when are we gonna quit being dumb?
You know, they made movies about it. They wrote books about it, made movies about it, continue to make movies about it. You know, and have it's all on social media. And that's one thing I don't get is that this whole social media thing is cameras everywhere.
Man, somebody always rolling.
Always. Always.
So for a player to be out there like this, man, you don't know who's where, who's what. Hell, cops are snapping photos and taking videos, you know, and selling them or putting them out.
Yeah.
Because they trying to cover themselves. So do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. You know, and hopefully there are people around them, these young athletes that are coming through that are saying, hey, that's not the one. I understand that's your homeboy. I understand that's your homegirl. I understand that y'all came through. Are they making you better? And if they're not making you better.
Yeah, something wrong, bro. Something wrong.
Right.
Something wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Feel you. Feel you.
Got one for y'all tonight. One gotta go. Chop Shop edition. I'm gonna go some black cinema.
Ooh.
The movie Juice.
No, I don't like
New
this.
Jack City.
I don't like this one.
Boys in the Hood. Or Paid in Full.
Paid in Full.
Too easy, Jay?
Paid in Full.
Juice, New Jack City.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Yeah, Paid in Full.
All right.
Paid in Full.
All right. We got one more for y'all.
Oh, damn.
Hey, man, this is a good one.
I thought I was off the
Fried chicken. Fried chicken. One piece got to go.
Look at
breast, wing, thigh, a drumstick.
Breast.
Breast, wing, thigh, or drumstick. One got to go.
I don't like dry meat.
The breast is the one with all that. Yeah.
Breast is big. Huge.
Breast is that huge ass.
No. I'm just trying to get to read the description. Like, I know.
We don't know the types of chicken?
No. I'm just making it that breast be that big ass piece.
Yes.
Reed, you must eat chicken nuggets and strips.
No. I'm saying the breast, it got a lot of meat on it, but it be like,
shots fired.
Why you go machine gun? It wasn't like that, J Styles.
I wasn't eating chicken nuggets, boy. I was eating some chicken, man.
I'm messing with you, man. Hey,
my daddy used to tear that breast up.
I hear you. Hey, thigh the best part of the chicken to me.
How you gonna thigh?
Thigh is the best part of the damn chicken.
Thigh good, though. Thigh good, dog. Thigh good, drumstick good.
Somebody did your thigh wrong. That's the only reason why you would say that. That's the only reason.
But I've had them thighs from what's that? Wingstop.
Thigh
Not
stop.
the dish, y'all.
I never had the thighs when they had that
like
promotion.
No,
I ain't like them.
They don't do it right.
They don't do it right.
I like my thighs. I like big game fried chicken. It's pretty damn good.
Okay.
So for me, I'm with J Styles. It's the breast. Like to me, I don't know how my granddaddy used to put breast on a piece of bread and eat that thing like it was
that's my pop.
on
with the
earth.
gristle.
Hey,
That's my
he
pop.
put the whole back on there. You know, back in the day, they cut. You
Yeah.
couldn't even buy your chickens in pieces, but you had to buy them whole. And my grandmama would cut them chickens and cut the pieces
Yeah.
and fry them. So you had pretty much two everything. There was two breasts because they split that breastbone.
Yes, sir.
And man, they even fried the back. It wasn't no meat on that. It just all skin.
I'm with you. Wangs. I eat a wang in a minute. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I know.
I love a wang.
I'm trying to
They
figure
love
out
them wang.
what piece of chicken don't you like? You said breast.
Breast.
But yeah, man, breast too dry.
I eat.
Like
That's
if
all
I
got.
fry breast, I ain't gonna lie. I inject them first now.
Oh yeah.
I inject them to try to keep some of that moisture in there. So they.
But I don't even buy breast.
What'd you say?
I don't even buy breast.
I do if I'm trying to if I get guilted into doing something healthy. But most time with me, it's gonna be a boneless, skinless. It'll be a boneless thigh for my chicken meat inside of stuff,
Hey, man.
and then it's gonna be the thighs, the legs, and the wings for the party frying.
The moment you think you finna guilt me into something, I throw a tantrum. I don't care. It's healthy. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this.
Give me what I want.
I'm gonna live my
Give me
life.
what
You
I
live
want.
yours. That's what I tell them.
Okay.
I feel you.
And then I go then I go walk.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go down here and take this medicine as soon as the show is over.
Man, and then you finna eat some fried chicken. Eat some fried chicken.
Chicken.
Right.
Chicken.
All right, those two quick.
You got another one that was easy.
Colonel James.
You got
Nah,
another?
I got one. I mean, I can.
No.
I got some would you rather.
There it is.
Y'all ready?
Let's hit a would you rather for we. Would you rather be doing the chop shop or watching a movie?
Depends on the movie. 'Cause
I'm
I got a movie
joking.
for you.
My son been wanting me to watch a movie since before we went to Mexico, so I gotta watch a movie tonight.
I have a movie recommendation. You should watch it. It's really good.
Let me know when we log up when we get off the show.
Okay, sounds good.
Go ahead, Reed. What you got, brother?
Would you rather play a position that you're better at or a position that you have more fun with? Both of them
See, I always ask you what level. Because don't worry, you ain't got to think about that. At this age,
I would say fun.
you say better at or fun at?
better at or fun at?
I'll just say more fun.
I would probably say fun.
Because my position was fun, and I was damn good at it. But
Yeah, I would say fun.
I'm gonna say fun.
Because I may be better at something, but I'm not gonna have fun. And if I'm not having fun, I'm not doing my best.
You want to enjoy it.
Oh, every day.
Understandable.
Twice on Sunday.
Right on. Okay. Would you rather retire as a forgotten coach with a winning record or a famous coach who was known for losing championships?
Ooh. But do they forget the winning record coaches?
I don't think so. Like, well, I mean, he won a championship. I was gonna say Chuck Daly, but like D'Antoni will be remembered.
But is he gonna be remembered? But he gonna be remembered for tearing up stuff.
Well, he's gonna be remembered.
And European style basketball. So he fits the latter part of that question.
Yeah.
See, I think of people like Don Nelson. You know, good coach. You know, coach with a
good coach.
winning record,
but never won a championship.
Um,
That's a good point, Reed. I'm gonna say winning though.
I'll be famous because I gotta get there. I gotta get to the championship.
even though you was losing.
Hey, I'm a champion somewhere. Whether it's Eastern Conference, AFC, I got a ring. I'm a champion.
Oh man, that's a good way of looking at that. That's a good way of looking at that. I ain't mad at you.
Man, I
I'm
gotta
not
get
mad
to,
at you.
man. Look, you can't win if you're not in the game. You can't win if you're not in the game.
You got facts. All facts.
That's
All facts.
All right, man. That was a good one, man. Jay Stogs, I'm glad you got in here with us, man, when you did. Thank you for joining the show.
You gotta take care of fam and then take care of fam. That's how I look at it, man. Take
You
care
know
of
how
fam,
it goes.
That's what it is,
Yes,
dog.
sir.
That's what it
Yes,
is.
sir.
So.
I'm a fam too, so let's go.
Hey, Reed, man, appreciate you.
Always. No ways.
I'm glad you made it back, man. Your stomach was good, man. You didn't drink none of the water.
Nah, I kept a straight bottle of water, man. The whole time I kept a
That's
straight
the scariest thing, man. I
straight.
do not want to have dysentery. That is a fear of mine.
Oh.
So I kept a straight bottle of water the whole time. It was good. I was telling Reed beforehand, but a lot of family and everything. But we're good there. So should have some more subscribers coming, man. That was around the pool with the hat on, just talking about Big Game Sports Buzz, the Chop Shop, and what we're working on. So, we'll see how it works. Man, but for everybody that tuned in, man, we appreciate it, man. Y'all make sure y'all get down in that comment box, hit that thumbs up, comment, let us know what you think. Check out the end of the show where we did this One Gotta Go and this Would You Rather. And let us know what you think going on about some of these topics we touched on. C&I, we appreciate your comments tonight, man. Thank you for tuning in and chopping it up with us. Big Game James, A. Reed, J. Styles. This has been the Chop Shop. Y'all be good.